And welcome back to the 10 a.m. shift. I'm your host, Willis Love. And man, what a jam-packed weekend this was. We had Valentine's Day and we had All-Star Weekend in the same weekend. And golly, it was a lot to juggle everything, but we got through it. So today's episode, we're going to focus specifically on NBA All-Star Weekend. And I'm going to start with Friday all the way to Sunday. So you guys just have a seat and just pay attention. This is going to be a quick episode. It's just a recap, but I'm going to give you guys my take on the weekend. So Friday's activities, the Celebrity All-Star Game. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was cool to see the celebrities come out. They had Shang-Chi out there. They had the guy from Key and Peele, Keegan-Michael Key. That was cool to see him out there. They had DJ Mustard out there. Gorilla was out there. It was a guy from Dude Perfect out there. It was cool to see. But the 7'8" big man, 7'8" big man went out there and dominated the Celebrity All-Star Game. The big man, Taco Fall, went out there and dominated. I mean, but you're 7'8" and you're in a Celebrity All-Star Game, so I was expecting him to have 50, but it was very entertaining, right? I think he's the right type of player to put in that game. Obviously, Jason Williams played too, so they had another NBA legend there, which was cool to see. I think Friday's event was cool, but the Rising Stars Challenge was the best thing about Friday. Just to have the Rising Stars Challenge with the G Leaguers and the up-and-coming NBA players who are like the Rising Stars, and VJ Edgecombe went out there and played his butt off. He showed off and he earned it. He earned that MVP. And I just think that the level of competition for the actual games this year was spot on what we needed. Because for the last couple of years, the lack of effort from the NBA players have been laughable. Straight up laughable. Like, if the average Joes was out there, we would put on a better show, to be honest with you. So this year, these guys went out there and they really showed effort. They was out there ready to play. So I appreciated that. There was no shame in going out there and putting your best foot forward and trying to prove yourself as being one of the best young players. So Friday's activities was great. Loved it. Now Saturday, right? You got the skills challenge, the 3-point shootout, the dunk contest. And I'm going to start with the skills challenge. Shout out to those Knicks, baby. Woo, 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 woo. The Knicks came in and they won the skills challenge. Shout out to the Knicks. So now they got the NBA Cup and the skills challenge in the same year. Let's see if that turns into a title. That would be crazy. But I learned a lot about certain NBA players. I didn't know Ron Harper had 2 or 3 sons in the league right now. You know, he on some LeVar Ball type. I didn't know he had his sons in the league like that. So that was cool to see. They had the celebrity passers, right? Drewski, 2 Chainz and all that. That's cool. They getting them involved and stuff like that. I thought the event was what it was. It was cool. It was cool. It wasn't bad. It was cool. It was cool. Now, 3-point shootout. My only thing about the 3-point shootout, not to be like a hater or nothing, I just was confused that Damian Lillard competed in the 3-point shootout, but hasn't played a single game in the season. So I didn't know if the NBA, like, they gave him special permission to do that. Like, was he allowed to do that? You know, not trying to be a Debbie Downer or a hater, because I'm glad that he won, because he is one of the best shooters in the league. But it's just weird that he was able to do that, participate in that. So that's cool that he was able to go in there and gun him out. You know, he's a shooter. So he showed them boys that he's a shooter. So shout out to Damian Lillard winning that. That was cool. The 3-point shootout is always great. Like, it was never bad, in my opinion, in any of the years that I've watched it. It always was entertaining. So that's the main point about it. It's entertainment. So I think it was really good. According to reports earlier, Steph Curry and Dame Lillard got on the text and they were saying like, yo, next year, me, you, and Clay and somebody else got to go back in. We got to really tap in and do it, because he wants some real shooters out there to compete with him. And Steph said he was with it. So that's what I want to see next year. You know, competition. Let's go. Like, we want to see the best shooters. So looking forward to that. Now, the dunk contest, bro, I made a recap video about the dunk contest as soon as it ended, and I'm only going to say a few short words on this. We need to get rid of the dunk contest. Straight up. We need to get rid of it. If guys are not going to come prepared to dunk and they need to be constantly coached while the event is going on, we need to get rid of it. I don't want to hear it's their first time doing it and blah, 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 blah. No. No. You guys seen dunk contests before. You guys know who the greatest dunkers are, right? Vince Carter, Jordan, everybody who participated in the dunk contest, Mac McClung, Josh Smith, all these guys, Jason Richardson, they did not need to be coached while they were out there performing the dunks. They didn't need their hand held. So to me, it was embarrassing because it's like, you guys are young. Your legs are spry. You ready to jump. Why not go in the lab and practice dunking? Why are you coming to the event not ready with dunks? Like, I don't understand. Like, Jackson Hayes came out and did a straight regular right hand in-game dunk. And I'm sitting there like, yo, there's so many guys who are not in the NBA that can do that dunk. That is not 7 foot. Like, I don't understand how you come out and do that. Maybe he got caught up and was going to do something else, but why would you dunk it then? Just go back and do something else. So to me, that was a disgrace. That was horrible. Jason Richardson's son was nervous. You could tell he was nervous. And then the guy from Miami Heat and the guy from the Spurs were the only two okay dunkers, but they didn't really have like good dunks like that. Every dunk they did, we've seen before. The only thing we didn't see was the rock the cradle over E40. That was the only new dunk that was still an old dunk. So, like, I agree with DeMarcus Cousins. He said today that they should get rid of the dunk contest and put it in the one-on-ones. I'm with that. I would love to see a 1v1 tournament at All-Star Weekend. Guys will be playing so hard. Like, it will be so competitive and so crazy. Like, just seeing KD and Ant-Man like go at it 1v1. They already always talking at each other. So just to see them go at it 1v1 would be crazy, right? People always talking about, oh, LeBron wouldn't do good in the 1v1. Now, if he wants to participate, we get to see it. Like, we get to see Kyrie against everybody. We get to see PG, all these good 1v1 players. I agree with because I think they should get rid of the dunk contest or give the dunk contest to like actual dunkers, like the dunkers on YouTube, the dunkers in the G League, the people that really dunk, and let them do it instead of giving it to young NBA players who's not really gonna come in and really try to dunk. Like, or you pay the superstars more to be in it, right? You give Zion more money, Ja Morant more money, all of these young dunkers who've done dunk contests before. You guys pay them more to be in it because we need the superstar level of dunkers. Like, that's the only thing I'm gonna say on that. Now, the All-Star game on Sunday exceeded my expectations by a mile. That was one of the best All-Star games I've watched in the last 10 years because guys were out there really trying to play. Like, they were playing defense. They were really shooting threes, going back to back, driving to the rim, fouling. It was a really, really good idea what the NBA did with this format. And guys were out there playing hard. And I think one of the main reasons was LeBron said it at the press conference. USA versus the world is so much bigger than the USA. So he doesn't understand why it's not East versus West. But I love what he said because for the last 5 years, what is the only thing everyone's been saying? The 5 MVP candidates have all been overseas players, like all of them. It's been Jokic the last 3 years, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? Wemby, Luka, all of these guys is from overseas, right? There's no American players that are in the top 5. They're in the top 10, but not in the top 5. So with all of that chatter going on, the Americans are going into the game like, yo, we just beat them in the Olympics not too long ago. So they saying they the best because they're the top 5 MVP candidates. Nah, we about to show them we still the best. So whenever they played against the world team, they went out there and played against the world team. Like, they was trying to cook them for real. When they played against each other, especially that last game, you could tell the OGs ran out of gas. They was kind of done. Like, they was like, we good. Like, we beat the world team. We good. Like that's it. That's all we wanted. You young guys can have it. Y'all good. And shout out to the young guys because they went out there and put belt. They put belt. They put belt. They went out there and went crazy. So shout out to the young guys. But one thing I do want to say, right? They got to keep this format. They have to. Because this is the only way that guys are going to compete. Now, if guys come back in the East versus West and they show the same energy, maybe we could go back to the traditional way, right? But for right now, I like the world versus the U.S. stripes and the U.S. OGs. I like that. That's cool, man. I love that. I even had an idea of like taking the best YouTube ballers, and putting them on a team and letting them compete against the rising stars. Like, let them go at it with the rising stars, or even with the G League players. Like just give them a chance to showcase their talent, right? Because there's a lot of talented guys who are playing on YouTube who just never had the right situation around them, right? So that would be cool to see, because now you're playing against people you don't know, right? So there's a new element of competitiveness that we need. So there's a lot of ways to spice it up, but the way they did it this year was great. Like, I loved it. It was one of my favorite All-Star games, for real. Shout out to LeBron even being in this All-Star game. 22 years? Man. But the one person I really want to shout out is Kawhi Leonard. He has gotten a lot of flack in the last few years for not being available. Boy, last night at the All-Star game, he was available. He came out and he clearly looked like he was the best player in the NBA. Like, out of everyone, young guys, old guys, overseas guys, Kawhi Leonard looked like he was the best player in the league. And I am happy that he got a chance to actually come out and show that he is still that guy. He is still Mr. Fun Guy, because he was killing. 31 points against the world team? Stop it. Stop it. Come on. Come on, stop it. He went on like a 15-0 run by himself. Then out the timeout, he went on another 7-0 run. Like, he was going crazy yesterday. So that's something to definitely look at, because as the season go on to the second half of the season, if he's going to be playing like this, Clippers could be a tough out. You know, even though despite them losing James Harden and stuff like that, with Kawhi playing like this, he could carry that team. He could. He just has to be available. That's the flack he's been getting, right? He sits a lot of games, low management. I'm not playing if I'm not feeling right. You know what I'm saying? But now, I don't know. He's right now, in my eyes, he's the best player in the league right now. From last night, he showcased it last night. He's the best player in the league. So shout out to Kawhi Leonard. Thank you for coming out and performing. We appreciate it. And shout out to the NBA for actually putting an effort to make the All-Star Weekend better. So far, I would say, for me, if I had to rank it 1 out of 10, I would give this one a 7.5. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was good. It was good. It was something you can watch. It wasn't something that you had to turn from and be like, oh, this is trash. They're not playing. It was good. Like, if you would have went out to a bar, you would have enjoyed it with your friends. If you was at home with your family, you would have been distracted. So it was good to me. Shout out to you guys for tuning in for the 10 a.m. shift. Let me know what you guys thought of NBA All-Star Weekend. Comment down below. Did you guys like the All-Star game? What did you think about the 3-point shootout? How did you think about the dunk contest? What did you think? And the skills challenge. Did you like the skills challenge, including celebrities? Let me know. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up. And see you guys on the next one.